Welcome back into another night in the real driving simulator as well. It is the car driving simulator that I just used from, but the last video we did from a highway drive. We kind of did for just a little bit, more like town and city, and absolutely gonna be doing for a little bit for once. We already done this in town and city. Looks like we have an altimeter just at 626 miles driven and 626 kilometers. We have just drove in a little bit for just once. As we came by to get a little bit of stuff that was absolutely going to be taking for a very long time. We want absolutely going to be taking for this a little bit. It's time to take for a diesel sedan to take on the highway drive, as well as the aerodynamics is going to be feeling a little bit okay. Now it looks like it doesn't in reality that we're going to be heading onto the city drive, I guess. We have done this in city drive, and looks like we're going to be taking this a little bit far, as we cannot able to do whatever that you're just driving for just a little bit. Absolutely we needed to get for something kind of manual transmission unavailable. This is a diesel version of this one. I just set the volume into 3. I always forgot how to set into 4. But maybe I just gotta be reaching up to this. And it looks like we absolutely feeling that is gonna be taking a little bit for a strategy until morning. The start of this morning, it won't be absolutely gonna be quite against midnight. Looks like we're gonna be taking for a strange highway drive as well. Looks like still doing about the city drive. I might worry about this one, as we're going to be still around the city drive as well. We have 8 amount of gears about this vehicle within the Peugeot as well. This should be going to be doing for a little bit for once as well. And that is the Peugeot 206. And that is the Peugeot 508 GT. This is the Peugeot 508, which is absolutely going to be using for this for a really first time. But absolutely we're going to be taking onto the straight. If we're going to be going on to the exit, which absolutely we really don't know how to find. Like we never say about this strategy. Looks like how that we're keeping on things a little bit moment. But it's a diesel powered vehicle as well. Came up into its one time. Looks like we came into the first gear and explode this engine at once. But looks like we came onto the highway drive, and the sun will come up for just a little bit well, until it's gonna be a fresh morning to drive all around the track. Even that is midnight, despite seeing like this 130 kilometers. Is this some kind of aeroplane? I think this is gonna be pretty yes. And that was a good opportunity that you're inside of Burlington, Germany. It's not absolutely going to be in the US version. And exactly we're inside of West Virginia. So it's going to be exactly how that we're driving for a little bit for once. As we're doing for just a little bit of driving against 70 kilometers an hour, 41 miles per hour. Taking for a little bit advantage for this one, without hitting over 200 kilometers an hour for 2,000 revolutions per second or minute. Looks like it's going to be taking for a little bit for a revolutions per minute. As we came back into this one, we'll be taking on the highway drive shortly after this break, until 628 kilometers driven. For this one, I have to park this vehicle perfectly, and we're going to be doing this a little bit of staff without my able to complete this out. Maybe you should leave a like and subscribe. But that vehicle is absolutely pretty insane though. Not gonna be insane for this enough. Absolutely we're gonna be trying to do something, another one. Not exactly as Peugeot, not even Honda. Let's go back to Renault to do this like its first stuff. And what it is, that must be the Peugeot sedan. And it's exactly the Brazilian vehicle as well. And this one is only for French, as we're going to be absolutely heading up into Volkswagen, as we're going to be doing for a little bit for one thing. It might sure this is some kind of hard to do so. Let's spawn a Volkswagen Touareg. we absolutely found out that we're going to be using for its family car. This is not Asian region. This is an European region or something. That we're going to be doing this for really right now. We're going to be spawning a Toyota Camry from 2007. Looks like it's not absolutely what I used this car. I since in Pembroke Pines, Florida, or some kind of Palm Shores, Florida. I didn't never buy for a Toyota Camry. If it does not young, it's not my dad's car or mother's car as well, unless it's always sequential for us. As we're pulling onto this one, it does sound a very quiet vehicle as well. It's a little bit silent for this one. It's just like the electric car. We're gonna be pulling out for the highway drive for the very first time. Let's about to see if there are loud cars or going anywhere. I'm not doing this for a little bit of stuff, but looks like I'm gonna be taking for 100 kilometers an hour, 65 miles an hour, until 70 miles per hour. That should be cruising for a little bit. For max gear capacity is 6 gears and only one thing. I think the Ferrari is absolutely speeding and pass it again for just a little bit. And one thing that we just never gonna be finding out in the passing zone, as I'm just gonna be doing such as alone for an over 17 miles an hour. Maybe I'm just gonna be doing a little bit quick. No, I don't want exactly that. I just hurting for this one. 90 miles an hour was just absolutely gonna be doing for just like a catching up for the train. Who is this guy for just a little bit? If we're gonna be doing for a little bit once, I don't want to do this for literally right now. I must deny her for a little bit for once again. And that's why she left the game as well. Looks like we have been denying her for just a little bit. And something is passingly very quickly as well. Doing it at 90 miles an hour is really possible. As we're gonna be doing by the end of the highway. Looks like we're reaching for 100 miles an hour. And that is completely the city number 2. Looks like we came here really fast until it's 100 miles an hour. It's taking for a little bit pretty long, but this is where you might never heading down for this one. Another city we go. I just missed. Oh, great. It wasn't absolutely gonna be pretty, isn't it? Now it looks like we're gonna be heading over 100 miles an hour before we're gonna be taking onto this way. As we look onto this one, and absolutely I'm starting to get speedy. If you just try to speeding for 100 miles an hour in real life, you might going to get caught or you'll be fined and catching up and worried about speed cameras. Let's say you should not suppose that you never say that we're about to go for a land speed record. So despite seeing like this, so let's try 150 miles an hour. So it looks like it's not going to be pretty fast whatsoever until we might never going to be turning back against one. It looks like here comes the return, but allegedly that we're going to be doing for just a little bit once. As we're going to be doing for a hard brake, and the brakes have been for a really cut off for a little bit once as well. As we came to return, that we're absolutely going to be redlined into over 6,000 RPM. Into 7,000 RPM as well. Looks like we came on to a 6,500 RPM, which means revolutions per minute. Looks like we came onto this 637 kilometers to 638. Looks like we came into 150 miles per hour instead of the 6 gear. Looks like let's try 150 miles per hour. Somebody is driving backwards, I say. Let's try over 150 miles an hour, which is absolutely going to be reaching 155 miles an hour, which is absolutely pretty quick. Is absolutely going to be getting caught by the police, and you think you'll try to get away for himself, and looks like we're not going to be messing around for this one. Looks like we're slowing down, and that is the end of this video for literally right now. This isn't Asian driving, this is an European driving from its yesterday, but looks like we're almost at the end of this video, but we're coming for this quick until it does not absolutely redeemed that we're going to be doing that. I say I'm just speeding around and down the highway himself for 150 miles an hour. But looks like despite look at this morning in Extreme Car Simulator, looks like before we're gonna be arrive at this moment, there should be a nearby airport about this gonna be turning left until it's just one, and it's not gonna be a crazy taxi driver unless we're gonna be end of this video into the airport. Where is the another city by itself? Looks like this is the airport entry, but another city, it's kind of just a little bit right now until it just leads into the airport. And guess well, it's nothing but it's a little bit slower, but we try to enter to the airport as well. As you're gonna be seeing, but open for this one, as we're gonna be look inside of it. That must be the end of this video for literally right now. And I'll park this vehicle successfully, and we absolutely end of this video for literally right now. And that is the end of the video. That I say, if you like for today's video around the highway drive, please don't ever gonna be trying speeding for 150 miles per hour instead of this one. So make sure you leave a like and subscribe and click the bell if you enjoyed for an unsafe speeds against over 150 miles an hour. Thanks for watching, and this is Turbo Concept signing off, and the car just despawned instantly for literally as well.